Many skeptics question whether the Gospels accurately record the life and teachings of Jesus. Some claim that they were written too long after the events to be reliable, while others suggest they were altered over time. However, historical and scholarly evidence strongly supports their authenticity. The Gospels are not myths or legends that developed centuries later, but eyewitness-based accounts preserved with remarkable accuracy. Renowned scholars such as Peter Stuhlmacher and Craig Blomberg argue that the Gospels stand on solid historical ground. Stuhlmacher, a respected New Testament scholar, emphasizes that the early Christian communities valued truth and faithfully transmitted Jesus' words and deeds. Blomberg highlights that the Gospels align with ancient Jewish and Greco-Roman traditions of historical writing, where biographical details were preserved with precision. These scholars affirm that the Gospel writers had access to first-hand witnesses and carefully documented events without embellishment. One of the strongest arguments for the reliability of the Gospels comes from early church history. Church fathers like Papias, circa AD 100, recorded that Matthew wrote his Gospel in Hebrew or Aramaic, and that Mark wrote based on Peter's first-hand testimony. Irenaeus, circa AD 180, confirmed that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were the true authors of the four Gospels, a tradition firmly upheld by the early church. These records demonstrate that the Gospels were widely recognized and accepted long before skeptics claimed they were anonymous or invented. Additionally, the Gospels were written within the lifetime of Jesus' contemporaries, meaning those who saw and heard him could confirm or challenge their accuracy. Unlike fabricated legends, which take centuries to develop, the Gospel accounts were circulated early enough that any errors would have been corrected by living witnesses. The fact that no significant opposition to their content arose from Jesus' immediate followers or opponents further strengthens their credibility. Moreover, even non-Christian sources from the 1st and 2nd centuries, such as Tacitus and Josephus, affirm key details about Jesus' life, including his crucifixion under Pontius Pilate. These independent attestations provide additional historical grounding, showing that the Gospels are not isolated religious texts, but verifiable historical documents.